Good day, everybody. This is Michael Liberis with Marina Shepelsky, a divorce attorney. Marina is a participating attorney on jurisQ.com, a legal network, with questions and answers. And what we encourage people to do is send us your questions on legal matters in different practice areas. And then we find attorneys that we work with to answer these questions. And Marina is one of our most popular speakers on the family law, on relationships. And we have a few questions that came in specifically from Marina. And I want to today discuss one question, a very serious question. And here it is. Our viewer asks the following. His ex-wife had the custody of the daughter for the past 6 years since divorce. However, he suspects that his ex-spouse is doing heavy drugs and she's dating what he says is a bad druggy dude. So she's dating a drug user. He is very concerned for their daughter, and he's asking what is the first step that he could undertake to get the daughter out of this bad drug abuse situation.
So this is not like a commonly seen situation, but it happens.
Sure.
When people get divorced, more than half of the time, the mom gets physical custody of the children, right? Because it's kind of accepted in our society that kids should be more with their mom. They need their mom a little bit more than dad for physical custody purposes. Of course, dad is the one who has to participate in their life and whatever. 6 years ago, they probably signed a contract of settlement. They settled their divorce, financial parts, and everything having to do with custody, visitation, and the best interests of their children, because they're two parents who were like in the right, mind, right, in the right frame of mind. Time passed, and now the mother is not such a good mother anymore. Now she's using drugs, and she's bringing a drug user around the child. Right. So now the situation has changed, where the mother doesn't have the best judgment anymore, doesn't have the child's best interest in mind. And I use those words very specifically because these are legal terms that come up in family court, right? So the judges look at the best interest of the child for determining custody. This is the situation where the father should file a petition with family court, or you can go back to Supreme Court where your divorce was issued, to redetermine custody, to modify.
I just want to summarize what you're saying is that even if everything was agreed upon 6 years ago, it was going fine for a few years, you can still ask the judge to revisit this issue and redo the arrangement, right?
Absolutely. And it's going to be a challenge because the mother has primary custody. So that means it's always difficult to undo the custody where the parent has custody for 6 years, has had custody, and now you're saying all that goes in the garbage. We need a new situation set up. So the courts are always hesitant to just do that on their own, right? So what's going to happen is, first, you should definitely file a petition to modify custody and include all of your allegations, as we call them. Include all of your information and evidence if you have, or any pictures or anything the child told you. The next thing that's going to happen is the court will appoint an independent law guardian for the children. That's an attorney whose only job is to represent the child. Okay. Their interests are the child's interests, and they speak for the child in court as an attorney does, right?
So it's an independent party. That's between
an independent party,
and your
usually either private attorneys or a special organization that has attorneys working for it who are law guardians, or sometimes we call it attorney for the child.
Who's going to pay for that?
If you go back to Supreme Court, there might be a fight about who pays for it, but the judge will definitely appoint a private attorney guardian, and somebody's going to pay for it. And that's going to come up. They'll probably want to see your income tax returns and pay stubs to see if the judge finds the situation to be serious enough that there needs to be a law guardian, that means you're paying for it. The judge is
Clarify.
deciding that, period. And
That's
then
paying.
who pays for it out of the two parents?
Mhm.
It's going to come up in terms of income, but a lot of times it's 50-50. If the father, for example, makes a lot more money, so maybe the father pays 80% and the mom pays 20%, that's definitely going to get determined. That's
And
something
Maria,
that comes
to
up.
clarify, that doesn't apply just to drugs. Any kind of bad situation where you think your child may be in, you can apply to the judge to undo prior custody agreement and do a new one based on new
Right.
set of facts.
The rule of thumb is judgment of the parent. The custodial parent doesn't have good judgment.
Mhm.
And the rule of thumb is they're violating what the originally was decided to be best interest of the child, or what the court considers to be in best interest of the child. I don't think anybody's going to argue that, a mother who's on drugs and has a drug user using drugs potentially openly around the child is not in the best interest of the child, right? Then it's likely that the law guardian will get involved in an organization in New York. It's called ACS, Administration for Children's Services.
Okay.
They employ social workers.
Mhm.
So they will probably send a social worker to the parents' houses,
I
both
see.
mom and dad.
So
They will
interview,
speak
right?
to the child.
Mhm.
And they will see the situation, and then it depends on how bad it gets. But they even sometimes, put situations in place where mother will lose custody. She will have only supervised visitation. She will have to do some sort of drug program and quit, rehab and so on. So there's many layers to this. We don't know all the details, obviously, but you definitely should get an attorney. You should definitely file a petition with either family court, where the law guardian is free, but it's more of a zoo,
Right.
or the Supreme Court, to just go back to the same judge who did your divorce, and there you'll have to pay for the law guardian and the forensic psychologist potentially as well. And it's just going to be a little more civilized, but you will, it's going to be more expensive, frankly. I'm just being honest with you.
Marina, thank you for your advice.
So you have to do that.
It seems like it's a real legal procedure, and it's always best to consult an attorney before you do anything. And I believe never take this matter in your own hands. The last thing you want to do is just physically take the child away. You should go through a court, because you could probably get charged
absolutely. You could go to jail
kidnapping
for
if you
that.
take a child
Yeah.
away without
You could go to
permission.
jail for that.
So go to an attorney first, consult, get an opinion, get prepared, because anything in court, it's a battle. To go to battle, you have to prepare.
Yes.
And the first step, call attorney, call Marina Shepelsky. The phone number is in the bottom of the screen for any of your family law, matrimonial, divorce needs or questions. And we welcome any other questions you have. We have a whole list of questions from our viewers, but we're always looking to answer more. What we can do to help the public, to educate the public. Marina, thank you very much for your time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Until next time, have a great day.
Bye-bye.